Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Today I talk to you about the practice of loving kindness. You know, in some way, it's related to the meditation. Master Quang, he been practicing with you and he been helping you about the meditation. You know, the practice of Buddhism bring you happiness. That's the end result of the practice of the Buddhism, the Dharma. Because Buddhism is religion of love. So the practice of loving kindness is very important for all of us. And I just tell you my experience about practicing the loving kindness. It helped me a lot in my life. Like many times I practice it, it helped me. Like the first time, like I tell you my experience, when I first came to this country in 1975, I had to study and take a test to get the equivalent diploma, the MD degree in this country. They call it ECFMG, Educational Council for Foreign Medical Graduate. And I live in West Texas, a small town. So I just come in, and the local people there, they the one they invite me to come to practice in a small town there. But so I have to go to Dallas to take the test, and the man in the small town, he's not like me, not familiar, big city, Dallas, you know. So we driving there from the small town in Matador, you know, a tiny town near Lubbock. We went to Dallas. So because he's from a small town, so we have to find a motel nearby the examination center. And as soon as that come in, I'm not familiar with American food yet, so I cannot eat, you know. I cannot eat for about 1 or 2 days. I'm very hungry. And stay in the motel. It's a small motel. It's very noisy. I cannot sleep it. So when I go to the test center, I really am not good shape. You know, I feel shaky because of my sugar level probably is very low. And I cannot see. I see like a double. I'm very tired. So I'm a little concerned. I said maybe I flunked the test. Even I'm studying very well and I'm very well prepared for the exam. So I close my eyes. I start praying. I pray Avalokitesvara. Okay? I pray I want she to help me. Because, you know, Avalokitesvara, there are two representations. One is the man. In many disciplines, like Tibetan Buddhism, and many disciplines is a man. But in the Oriental version, it's a lady. It's like a mother. So I pray her. I said, give me your loving kindness, help me, so I can get better. And I take my test. Sure enough, after I close my eyes, I pray my sugar level go up. Probably the hormone in my body, adrenaline, the hormone, and the hydrocortisone, everything go up. So my God, and I passed the test of flying color. So it's the loving kindness extremely important. So how I do it? What we practice is one, like in meditation. You close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and exhale. When you exhale slowly, you relax your body. you feel very relaxed and you visualize it. The normal people, they visualize a love. Maybe the mother, maybe the father, maybe somebody you admire. But me, I visualize Avalokiteshvara, like the mother of love. I visualize it. And she gave me the loving kindness. And you can visualize Sakyamuni Buddha like your father. He's a good father for everybody. You visualize it. And that's the loving kindness. And you project that love to yourself. Okay? And you have to love yourself. It's very important to love yourself. Some people, they thought, oh, you love yourself, that you're selfish. No, you're not selfish. You take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You become a very good person. When you become a very good person, a balanced person, you help the other people. So you don't just have a loving kindness for yourself. You for yourself, after you get that love, and you have a sense of gratitude, a sense of respect for Avalokiteshvara or Sakyamuni Buddha or Buddha or anybody, like your father or your mother, the love of the project, the respect, the dignity to protect that person. And you enhance your love and you elevate yourself. So it's very important. Like yesterday, I talked to Master Quang. I said, you need to take care of yourself. You're very young. You're a very good monk. You need to take care of yourself. I tell him, you need to exercise. You need to go to the gym at least 3 times a week. Doesn't mean you're selfish. You care for yourself. You care for the other people by staying healthy. I tell him, I said, you take my place, you have to live long. You have to live at least like me or longer than me. You take care of this temple. That's your temple. And you care for the people. In Buddhism, you care for yourself, and so you can care for the other people. Like you are a man, you care for yourself. What do you mean? You care for your family. You're the mother, you care for yourself, you care for your family. So that's the love, that's the loving kindness, okay? That's very important, extremely important. And you project that love to the other people. If you are very happy yourself, and you're a very normal person, and the first person you project the love to is your loved one, your friends, with all the positive thinking you give to them. You give all the love to them. So you have the mutual love, mutual respect. And the next person you project the love to, the people are neutral to you, okay? You have a neutral feeling, no bad feeling, no good feeling, just neutral. You give to them the loving kindness. It's very important. You make the people, they're neutral to you. They feel the love. They feel you care for them. You want them to be happy, to be better. They will appreciate that. They appreciate that and they learn from your example, okay? And they have 2 kinds of teaching. Some the verbal teaching, sometimes we talk, and people sometimes they don't want you to talk. Sometimes it's empty talk, sometimes it's a hypocrisy. But the body teaching is much better, the example, okay? Like in family, sometimes the children, they don't learn from you from the verbal teaching. You scold them or remind them. Sometimes they don't pay attention, but that's your body teaching. Your example is much better. Okay? You do something, you do it, and they learn from you. And they the other people too. The body teaching is much more important than the verbal teaching. Or you combine both the two, it's good. Verbal teaching with love and body teaching. Like example, okay? You do it. And I told our elder here, Quang Leon, I said, the way you serve the temple, the way you do it, people, they appreciate. Sometimes they didn't say it, but they see what you're doing to the temple. Your dedication, you're helping, you do everything for people. You care for everything. You care for the temple. That means you care for everybody. You care for yourself. Okay? He's a very good example. And he belongs to the Sangha. He's one very good person. So you see the loving kindness he gives to himself and to everybody. And the next person you give, the people, they have a negative feeling about you, okay? They're not your enemy. You don't make any enemy. When you're a good Buddhist person, you don't make enemy. But these person, they have some negative feeling about you. They're not really nice to you. But you give them the loving kindness because you want them to understand you are above the negative feeling. Okay? You don't hate them. You don't have any negative feeling, attitude to them. You show to them that you care, that we want them to be happy. You want them to benefit from you doing. So that's the loving kindness. So the practice loving kindness, extremely important. Nowadays, you see it, the time of the night with the pandemic, now with the political atmosphere now, okay? All the country with Putin, all these people are shipping from China or Kim from North Korea. They're not normal people. They want to inflict suffering to other country because they have complex of inferiority. They don't have complex of superiority. They think they're inferior. They overreact by doing that, by inflicting pain and suffering to the other country. They are low, okay? I feel sometimes, we feel sorry for them. Because Putin, he's a normal person. If he's a normal person, he doesn't act that way. He'd have to be very inferior, very insecure guy. So he want to inflict pain to Ukraine, to other people. He want to make the people suffer. He want to stop the supply, the food for the other country. They want people to starve from famine, from starvation, from lack of food or something, because to show that he have a power. But he is not really secure person. He feel inferior, so he will overreact. Shipping in China, the same thing. You want to prove it. He's higher. You see, we are very lucky. We have our Buddha. Our Buddha, he's an example. You see, he's very democratic. He say one thing, you remember, I'm the Buddha. You are the Buddha in the future. What do it mean? He means that you can be like me. You be equal to me. If you are practicing like me, you try like me, you elevate yourself, you be equal to me. He never say, I'm the Buddha, I'm superior to all of you. You have to obey me, you have to worship me. He always, the cult of personality. These guys, they have cult personality because they're inferior. Because we feel sorry for them. They feel so inferior. So I said, I am the supreme leader. I'm that, like a Stalin, like Lenin or something, They all inferior. They feel so insecure, so they want to elevate self. The only person we admire is our teacher, Sakyamuni Buddha. He wants us to be equal to him. He wants us, you like me, you have Buddha nature. You didn't call Buddha nature, you call awakened nature. You like me, and you take care of yourself, you practice it, you elevate yourself, You be Buddha like me. And all the Buddha, they're the same. And in reality, they don't have only one Buddha. They don't have only one Sakyamuni. They have a zillion of Sakyamuni Buddha. They all have the same name. They're all the same level. It's very democratic. It's a very good system. You see, and he had the parliamentary system 26 centuries ago. He never imposed like, I'm the Buddha, I'm the supreme being. I tell you, you have to follow me. He said no. Like a precept. What the precept? Before, if one monk, somebody make a mistake, he never blamed that person. He make the group, the Sangha, study that mistake, investigate the mistake. Why this mistake? And they come to the conclusion how to correct it, how to change it, and it become a precept. You see, it's a fantastic. The way he teach it, it's not the power, it's not coercion. It's all, everybody agree about that. So he said, that's the best leader we have. That's the ideal leader. Not like Putin, like Xi Jinping, like Kim, They think, they're so insecure, they're so inferior. They have the cult of personality. You see, the president of this country, he be president 4 years or 8 years, he'll go home, he becomes citizen again. That's normal. You don't have to be president for life. You are not born to be president. You get elected. And it's normal. It's very natural. But some people say, oh, I'm born a president, I'm born a king. I want to be king, president for life. Right? And after I become president, I want my son, my children to be president. They're very inferior. They're so insecure. And we feel sorry for them because they have complex inferiority, not superiority. And the normal people have no complexes, just normal behavior. And we admire Sakyamuni Buddha. The way he teaches us, the way he tells us, that's the common sense. So Buddhism teaches you a lot of common sense. So today I talk to you about loving kindness. Think about that. Try to practice it. Make yourself happy. In the way the Buddhism way to say it. May I be happy. May I be myself. May I elevate myself, become a normal person, become a good person. May I not suffering. May I not cause suffering to anybody. May I avoid it to cause suffering to other people. So it's normal way, okay? A normal way to practice loving kindness. So think about meditation. Meditation and loving kindness go hand in hand. You practice meditation, you practice loving kindness at the same time. And you will benefit from that and make yourself very happy. Make yourself a normal person, a normal Buddhist person. That's my talk today about the loving kindness. If I have any question, I try to answer your question about the loving kindness. If I have no question, we transfer the merit and we go chanting. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Any positive karmic action we accomplish today, you want to transfer to everybody and wish them the alignment.
ancient mind in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow. Listen, listen, this wonderful brings me back to my true home. Gratitude we offer this incense to all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas throughout space and time. May it be fragrant as earth herself, reflecting our careful efforts, our wholehearted mindfulness, and the fruit, understanding slowly ripening. May we and all beings be companions of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May we awaken from forgetfulness and realize our true home. Incense in the censer now is burning, all the Dharma realm in every place, auspicious clouds appearing, our sincere intention thus fulfilling, as all Buddhas now show their perfect body. Homage to the incense cloud canopy, Bodhisattva and great Bodhisattvas. To the eternally abiding Buddha, the supreme Dharma and sagely Sangha, throughout the Dharma realm and the realm of empty and 3 periods of time. Fundamental teacher Shakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya, honored future Buddha, Manjushri, great wisdom Bodhisattva, universal great conduct Bodhisattva, all Dharma guarding Deva Bodhisattvas, and the glorious assembly of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Amitabha Buddha in the land of ultimate bliss, Avalokiteshvara, great compassion Bodhisattva, great strength Bodhisattva, earth stored great vow Bodhisattva, and the assembly of great pure sea light Bodhisattvas. compassionate Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Natrayayam Aryavalokiteshvaraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakarunikaya Om Sarvaravaye Sudanadasya Namoskritva Himamarya Valokiteshvararam Dava Namo Narakindi Hrimahava-swami Sarvaharhatu Shubham Ajiyam Sarvasattva Namo Vastava Namo Mavitatu Tadyatha Hom Avaloke Lokate Karate Hihiri Mahabodhisattva Sarva Sarva Mara Mara Mahi Mahi Hridayam Koro Koro Karmam Doro Doro Vijate Mahavijate Dara Dara Dirini Shvaraya Chala Chala Mama Vimala Muktelehi Shina Shina Acham Rashari Vishwa Vishram Vrashaya Holo Holo Mara Holo Holo Hri Sara Sara Siri Siri Soro Soro Bodhiya Bodhiya Bodhaya Bodhaya Maitreya Narakindi Swaha Siddhaya Swaha Mahasiddhaya Swaha Siddhayoge Shvaraya Swaha Narakindi Swaha Maranara Swaha Sira Simha Mukhaya Swaha Sarva Mahasiddhaya Swaha Chakraha Siddhaya Swaha Padmakastaya Swaha Narakindi Vagalaya Swaha Mavari Sankaraya Swaha Namo Ratnatrayaya Namo Arya Valokite Shavaraya Swaha Om Siddhyanto Mantra Padaya Swaha. Body is bringing morning light in concentration. My heart is at peace. A half smile is born. This is a new day, and I vow to go through it and mindful. The sun of wisdom has risen, shining in every direction. Noble Sangha, diligently bring your mind into meditation. Naye Bodhaya Namo Shakyamo Naye Bodhaya Shakyamo Naye Bodhaya. Surpass vast, profound, and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of eons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold it, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Bows and the one who is bowed to are both by nature empty. Therefore the communication between them is inexpressibly perfect. Our practice center is the net of reflecting all person reflects in whole life. I go for refuge. Light in the 10 directions, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, to whom we bow in gratitude. And living the way of awareness in the very midst of suffering and confusion. Shakyamuni Buddha, the awakened one, to whom we bow in gratitude. Through ignorance awakening our hearts and our minds, Manjushri, the Bodhisattva of great understanding, to whom we bow in gratitude. Mindfully working joyfully for the sake of all beings, Samanta Bhadra, the Bodhisattva of great action, to whom we bow in gratitude. To suffering, serving beings in countless ways, Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of great compassion, to whom we bow in gratitude. Awakening and loving kindness in children, sprouts in all beings, Maitreya, the Buddha to be born, to whom we bow in gratitude. Way fearlessly and compassionately the stream of all our ancestral teachers, to whom we bow in gratitude. Is deep and lovely, we now have a chance to see it and practice it. We vow to realize its true meaning. Bodhisattva Avalokita, while moving in the discourse of Prajna Paramita, shed light on the 5 skandhas and found them equally empty. After this pension he overcame ill-being. Listen, Shariputra, form is emptiness, emptiness is form, form is not other than emptiness, emptiness is not other than the true with feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and consciousness. Listen, Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They are neither produced nor destroyed, neither defiled nor immaculate, neither increasing nor decreasing. Therefore in emptiness there is neither form nor feelings, no perception nor mental formation, consciousness, no eye or ear or nose or tongue or body or mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realms of elements, no interdependent origin, and no extinction of them, no ill-being, no cause of ill-being, no end of ill-being, and no path, no understanding, no attainment, because there is no attainment. The Bodhisattvas ground in Prajna Paramit find no obstacles for their minds. Having no obstacles, they overcome fear, liberating themselves forever from illusion and riya. Nirvana, all Buddhas in the past, present, and future arrive at Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Therefore one should know that perfect understanding is the highest mantra, the unequaled mantra, the destroyer of ill-being, the incorruptible mantra. Prajna Paramita should therefore be proclaimed. Gate Gate Para Gate Para Samgate Bodhiswaha. Gate Gate Para Gate Para Samgate Bodhiswaha. Gate Gate Para Gate Para Samgate Bodhiswaha. Your name Avalokiteshvara, we aspire to learn your way of listening, in order to help relieve the suffering in the world. You know how to listen in order to understand. We invoke your name in order to practice listening with all our attention and open-heartedness. We will sit and listen without any prejudice. We will sit and listen without judging or reacting. We will sit and listen to believe that we will be able to hear what the other person is saying, and also what is being left unsaid. We know that just by listening deeply, we already alleviate a great deal of pain and suffering in the other person. Your name Manjushri, we aspire to learn your way, which is to be still and to look deeply into the heart of things and into the hearts of people. We will look with all our attention and open-heartedness. Or reacting, we will look deeply so that we will that is, we will practice your way of using the sword of understanding to cut through the bonds of suffering, thus freeing ourselves and other species. Your name, Samantabhadra, we aspire to practice your vow to act with the eyes and heart of compassion, to bring joy to one person in the morning and to ease the pain of one person. Afternoon, we know that the of others is our own happiness, and we aspire to practice joy on the path of service. We know that every word, every look, every action, and every smile can bring happiness to others. We know that if we practice wholeheartedly, we ourselves may be an inexhaustible source of peace and joy for our loved ones and for all species. Your name, Kshitigarbha, we aspire to learn your way of being present where there is darkness, suffering, oppression, and despair, so we can bring light, hope, relief, liberation to those places. We are determined not to forget about or abandon those in desperate situations. We will do our best to establish contact, those who cannot find a way out of their suffering, those whose cries for help, justice, equality, and human rights are not being. We know that help can be found in many places on earth. We will do our best not to contribute to create more hells on earth and to help transform the hells that already exist. We will practice in order to realize the qualities of perseverance and stability, so that like the we can always be supportive and faithful to those in need. Refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and of love. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. In the refuge of Buddha, I clearly see the path of light and beauty. In the world dwelling in the refuge of Dharma, I learn to open many doors on the path of transformation. me, keeping my practice free of obstruction. Refuge in the Buddha, in myself I aspire to help all people recognize their own awakened nature, realizing the mind of love, take refuge in the Dharma. In myself I aspire to help all people fully master the ways of practice and walk together on the path of liberation, taking refuge in the Sangha. In myself I aspire to help all people build fourfold communities to embrace all being and support their transformation. Citing the sutras, practicing the way of awareness gives rise to benefits without limits. We vow to share the fruits with all beings. We vow to offer tribute to parents, teachers, friends,